Hello, SpeedGaming viewers, and welcome to Qualifier number 4 for the Link to the Past Randomizer Main Tournament 2023. We're playing Inversion in this one with Malxanthalos on the left and P-Train on the right. Team is Druidist Tracking Force today, and in the booth with me I have Rob J. Beasley. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Looking forward to some inverted Zelda. It's a very, very unique mode.
Yeah, very, very challenging execution test in Ambrosia. Compared to typical just inverted where you start with basically nothing, there's a little bit of nice stuff going on. We do start with a sword, makes it a little bit easier to get through the early game. And the other key differences here compared to normal inverted are the big keys are shoveled. So you don't run into as many situations of having to, like, I don't know, go logically fight a 3-heart cold stare. The back of Thieves is locked out. There's some other details there. And it is just like Ambrosia, so every boss will have a pool item on it. Doesn't mean it's a good item, but it's not a dungeon item at the very least.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, the starting store there, really, really nice thing to help out, but it can also be a little bit of a trap because it means you can do things like fighting bosses. So if the Thieves Town big key shows up, all of a sudden, they shall blind fight.
Yeah, just do the script. It's easy, no problem. Also, I think that the starting sword is one of the best things for that because, like, blind without a sword early on is utterly terrible. But with the sword, as long as you know the script, no problem.
Yeah, very true. Some weird item blind fights are definitely definitely interesting, but don't usually come up there.
When the game expects you to fight blind with like a Samaria and 4 hearts, you're like, I don't know about this. Should be getting going in just a few moments here once we are through the 10-minute delay and then the rest of the restream delay. Any second now, these two will be getting rolling.
Looks like we've got 48 total runners in this race here. Obviously, showing off 2 of them here on stream.
Yeah, not a huge pool for this one, but I think the slightly later in the day, and it's a mode that a lot of people may have already knocked out in their asyncs too. All right, we've got a red boomerang in house. That's not bad actually. It's really nice to have early.
Yeah, absolutely. You can check out the stun prize nice and early, yeah, which P-Train is going to show us here.
We have blue rupee. I mean, that's 4 kills for your 20 rupees you need to go to archery. That's not bad.
Yep.
P-Train will go for the opener I like to use, which, got the bombs on the tier 1. Very good. I like this opener of kill one thing and check the pole. If you get bombs, you get to do hype cave, or maybe you get money for archery. If not, just go to Skull and get bombs there. So we'll get an immediate look at what's in hype cave.
And speaking of going to Skull, this is Malxanthalos' opener here.
Hook shot and hype. And another bomb pack. All right, well, we got 2 bomb packs and a hook shot, 50 rupees. It's not bad. We have some things we want because you need some money for an opening inverted. So having even just a 20 to start with is nice. You can run straight over to archery, get the money you need, take care of Stompy and Dig game, and then head to a village.
Let's hope we get to the chest here before dying. Yeah, okay. There's a lamp in the middle of Skullwards here.
All right. That is one piece of potential Dark World access, Light World access.
Yeah.
As Inverted likes to do, it tends to, a little more often than just open, make the Aga 1 climb required for access to their world, just because of how kind of constrained Inverted ends up being.
Yeah, and especially, like, obviously compared to non-inverted, the tower is open as soon as you can access it. You don't need a Master Sword or a cape, so we just need a glove to have access to killing Agahnim.
Yep. Basically just mountain access, yeah. Malxanthalos doing the play of dropping into the bush hole here in Skull and then taking a couple deaths to farm up some bombs and magic if you want it to. Decides to... Oh, got a drop. 5's a good number. P-Train showing off the optimal archery strategy of standing on the right and firing at the squib when it crosses the second curtain. 2 rounds will be enough money for pretty much whatever you need in the early Dark World.
Yeah, I think 2 tends to be the number. Like, it gets you the ability to play Dig Game and also Open Pod, which I think is, those are 2 things that you want to do pretty early in general.
Yeah. Sword and Skull for Maldanthlos.
And a flute at Dig Game. Got some early action here.
Yeah, that's mountain access right there.
Well, we can't activate that flute just yet.
Yeah, that's true. I do have to remember that AP is different from VT. Yes, we do have to activate the Light World still. So not yet, but assuming they get Light World access, yeah. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a glove regardless for Light World access. So yeah. We're going to swap places here. Malzantho's going to pick up his hook shot. P-Train instead will head into village.
Yep, first sighting of village items here.
Big 300 in C shape. That's vanilla, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And brewery, a mushroom. All right, we can check that out later, I guess.
Yeah, it's a fairly awkward check in inverted because you can't just flute straight there.
Yeah, potion shop is harder to get to in inverted. Yeah. Ooh, Pearl and chess game.
All right, it's all coming together.
Yep. Now we just need access to actually get to the light world, which again, that'll be a glove will do it.
Yep, yeah, it does have to be exactly a glove because, because of the inability to access the flute, the only mountain access is a glove.
Yeah. Though we would not say no to a hammer popping up before that glove. That would give us more ideal light world access. Peter and heading into the front of Thieves here, where we could find. There's our glove. Cool.
Yep,
all right, good
there
start.
it is. See if
that figures. It was bound to pop up somewhere.
See if the hammer shows up in Thieves as well. If not, it's probably probably mountain time.
Yeah. Each of these dungeons does have, of course, one more item in it because of the big keys being shuffled. So there's a little bit more value all over the place. Thieves in total have 5 as a result.
Yeah,
So we've got.
That's obviously slightly tempered by the ambrosia setting, because one of the items is guaranteed to be on the boss.
Yeah, that extra item is always on the boss. So the rest of the dungeon is pretty similar in terms of value. Peter takes a death warp out of the front, and we'll see if he goes to maybe check out Skullfront first, or yeah, probably Skullfront. So he'll get his lamp and then be good to go for the mountain. Little map check. We've got reds on Mire and Pod and a pendant down at Swamp, I think I saw.
Yeah, pendant ice too, I think.
Malzanthl's about to pick up his pearl here in chess game. Peter opts to drop into the lower left drop.
Yeah, it's running the risk of being locked in here.
But I think overall he's probably okay with it. He knows he doesn't have a fire rod to get to the back, and then you can just.
Yeah, but the lamp is at the big key chest, right? So he wouldn't miss out on that if he.
Yeah, true. Actually,
although he's found a small key now, so everything's fine.
Got his second sword. Mal's got his glove. Just thinking about it. Save and quit. All right.
Just for the save and quit. Okay. It's interesting. There are not like alternative checks here, right? Ooh. We're changing our mind.
Thinking about it. Thinking, going up debating on. What are you debating on? Yeah, you don't really have a lot left. You don't have access to East Ark World yet. No, he's going for the middle skull. Okay, he wants to check that out first.
This looks like the realization that it probably wasn't a. Well, I guess this could have. Yeah, no, I think this is just a mistake. It's possible that you would do the save and quit there to preserve the small key, but I don't think it's that important.
Yeah. Maybe take a moment to think about what dungeon items he's got. Like, that might actually be an item.
Yeah, it could also be forgetting about the extra item because of the big key shuffle, right? Like it could be that you got one item and thought, okay, the other one's on the boss. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now he's got his lamp and is ready to climb, and Malzanthus on his way already up. Got the old man. It's a bit of a walk to get him up the mountain and all the way back down again, but you got to do it.
Yeah. Mountain routing in inverted is kind of always a mess at all times. Like if you wanna full clear the mountain in both worlds, you kind of need to go up and down several times. Ooh, P-Train gets sniped by the murder-dactyls.
Those birds live up to the name we give them. They do 4 hearts of damage, and yeah, you basically have to aggro the one of them to get into there. Hookshot, pretty ideal for killing them, but sometimes if they're on like the ledge and it like I don't know, there's some weird layering going on there, or you just get frame ruled, they can just sneak through and get you.
I tend to try to throw the sign at them, but it does not always work. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Like he's thinking about I got to throw the sign south, but like when it goes through the bird, you feel bad every time. Yeah.
Alright, I didn't spot what was in Spec Rock Cave here, but looks like Mal is going for it, so it must be good. Alright, P-Train successfully defeats the bird. Ah, okay, bottle of red potion. Yep. There's definitely one worth grabbing. It's obviously the first bottle here as well, so it does lock a check, in addition to just being a good safety.
Makes our first main visit to CAC a little bit more valuable. Mal's going to head straight over to East Mountain with the hook shot and go for just all the value we've got here.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Just the most dense play available right now. Can find yourselves a ton of items. The ideal find here is Hammer or Titan's Mitt to cut out the Agahnim fight for our main light world access.
P-Train does a quick map check, spots our green pendant on desert.
Okay, there's our first big key, Tower of Hera. Not the most important big key when we've already got a hookshot.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to be able to just clear the dungeon at least. You're not leaving something potentially important behind in the big chest.
Yeah, leaving things behind in Hera is pretty bad in this mode. It's always very slow to get there. Obviously, we can't access Hera at all without the hammer anyway in this mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a very slow walk, no matter what.
Yep, there's the only good way to get to it is to walk all the way over across the mountain and then back across the top. It is quite slow, especially when boots end up being late. as they are. We haven't seen boots yet. We're only like 12 and a half minutes in, so they got time to show up. Anything on the island? Oh, the Samaria's there. All right. There's one of those little terrain changes about inverted, since there's no way to mirror to that. Instead, there's just a bridge, so you can walk across and grab the item. Patron's got his bottles, going to do the Spec Rock Cave bomb jump. Mel's walking through Spiral Cave. Light World and Light Mountain and Inverted, you've got to do a bunch of drops to get all these ledge caves. It's a bit annoying to route, but yeah, got to do it.
And both players took a little bit of time setting up the Spectral Cave bomb jump there. I've got to advocate for the... there's a really, really easy setup for that bomb jump. I don't think enough people learn it. I only learned it when I learned like the vanilla 100% speedrun, because you do that bomb jump back across in that category.
Oh, yeah. Having cleared out the mountain and found no direct progression towards getting us Light World access, we are... Oh, wait, no, we still have a Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave. We haven't touched those yet.
Yeah, with the Hookshot itself, of course, all of Hookshot Cave and Logic, so there's still a decent number of outs here to not have to kill Agahnim.
Yeah. Got, what, 6 chances over here. We can also peek at what TR's medallion might be. Not as useful in Inverted, assuming the mirror pops up somewhere, but could be still useful information.
Yeah, and we do have Pendant Swamp here, so the mirror could theoretically be skippable.
Yeah. We've got a bomb pack and a big key to Mire. Okay, that will be important later.
Yeah, and we've already got Samaria and the Fire Source, so I guess we haven't got any medallions yet, but the flute too. So my area is accessible as soon as we can activate that flute.
TR's medallion will be a Bombos. Okay. Chuck Cave, big 20, heart piece, and a heart. We'll take those in Inverted. And 10 arrows. Looks like we're climbing AT.
Yep. Yeah, as you said earlier, not an uncommon sight in Inverted to be required to do Aghanim's Tower.
And doing these checks last after everything else works out pretty well, because you can just walk back across the top of the mountain, and here's the tower right now. Yeah, nobody's surprised here. This is just an Inverted staple. Not a terrible climb with Master Sword. We're decently equipped for it.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's basically like an MG Aga Tower climb minus the bow.
Yeah. And a couple, one less heart, or 2 if you get Sag Heart. Yeah. Plasma Stakes is pretty straightforward. Ambrosia, Demon Bait Pod, or Ice. Yeah, no access to East Dark World at all. Like, no flippers, no hammer. So it's yeah, pretty linear. Just like, just go straight up AT, get your light roll access.
It's not one of the one of the traditional inverted seas of, like, forcing you into a horrible dungeon, maybe even killing Cold Stare with some bad resources.
Yeah, like a Fighter Sword 5 heart Cold Stare, just stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been seen.
Yep.
There's a good point made in chat there, actually, that yeah, because of the flute, once you can activate the flute, pod becomes in logic here, so actually you could have potentially kern jumped here to try and sequence break the Agahnim tower, but it
Yeah, I
does
do
not
like that.
seem worth it to me.
Yeah, I like that thinking. There's some potential there.
Yeah, if there's if the other glove or the hammer is in pod, then that could definitely be a thing that someone might find. There's as I said, there's 48 people in this race. Maybe someone finds that route.
Yeah, in a field of 48, you got to think at least one person will probably go for it. And I guess we'll see as this goes on. Once one of these two gets into pod, we'll have to see what's actually in there if it would have been worth it. Malzanthos up first into the Aga cutscene. We'll see how many of those unfortunate blue balls we're going to get here. I personally am hoping for 12.
I mean, surely we've got to hope for the 15. The rarely seen 15 in a 48-person qualifier. Like,
if only.
I mean, it's already dead because we got an energy ball on the first try.
Yeah. The way I've been doing it is I started out guessing like I think 9, and then I saw a 9, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for 10, and then I saw a 10. Eventually, I saw an 11, so I have yet to see a 12.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever had a 12. I've definitely had an 11 before.
Yeah, the RNG between like 11 and 12 there's a significant gap there because the moment you get one optional normal ball, like the possible blues goes down by 4. So yeah. Alzentla's doing a good job of trying to optimize Aga's position to hit him towards the center as much as possible.
All right, there's like 4 blue balls today. Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad. Just a little bit over average. Okay, light world access from Aga. Where do you go first? You have so many options. Alzentlis is going to go...
Yeah, I tend to drop down to Uncle first and then do Castle.
Yeah, I like doing Castle first because you've got like... What, 6, 7? I forget. It's normal item count in Castle because the map's not shuffled. But yeah, Uncle into Castle is a good option. Especially if you can go all the way through and you end up at Sank and do all of that and then just like leave. But it depends on how far you want to go through it. Nothing too exciting here. You can always just go walk west and go straight over to Kakariko. We do have a bottle, so the value there is slightly increased. Chat's talking about, that logically this is an Aga seed, but there could be a sequence break. We do need to see what's over in East Dark World before we have any idea of whether it's possible. There's the map in the front, all right. First item in Castle is just a 10 arrow pack. All right, P-Train's done with his Aga fight. We'll see where he goes first. Into front via the left door.
You're going to go ahead and save Uncle later. The reason I like doing Uncle first is because if the small key shows up in Hyrule Castle, I really like just finishing Escape and then doing Light World from the north. Like coming out of Sank.
Yeah, I do like that route because like getting to Sank in inverted is a bit more of a chore. Knocking that out and just having it done is nice. Okay, just a red rupee in the chest, so we do not have the key unless it's in Dark Cross. See what Mal decides. We're gonna walk to Dark Cross. Okay. It is in logic. We do have a lamp.
Yep, and this is obviously like a fine play. If the key shows up there, that you can just do what I suggested and carry on straight through to Sank, and if it's not, then you had to come here anyway. There was an item.
And it's a 50 rupee. No, the key is in the back. Right, so now that we've killed Agahnim, there will be a portal in the center of the world. It's in a bit of a different spot because it's inverted, but you'll walk up north and there's going to be a new portal just in this little cutout in the fence. And that's how you get to Lightworld.
Yep, and that's obviously in place of the like the Hyrule Castle entrance becoming a portal after you've killed Agahnim in non-inverted.
Yeah. Mal's on his way over here. You'll see going to pick up K45. Since you can't mirror to it, we've just flattened the terrain so you can walk right in. We'll go take a peek at what's on the maze game, where we have a 300 rupee. Yeah, we don't need that. We got tons of money already.
Yes, a ton of cash already in this seed. Like, obviously, there's potentially still a bunch of things to spend money on. We haven't done Zora yet, but there's, we already have enough rupees to do everything.
That was a medallion on library.
Okay,
See which one it was.
Did not catch that, but yeah, that might be required.
Yeah, Mel just like an instant exit there. I didn't quite see which one it was, but we do know it's a medallion.
If someone on chat spotted it, I would would appreciate some help. Ether, apparently. Okay.
Chat says ether. All right, cool. Yeah, we've already seen TR's Bombos, but that's not the big one. I will be waiting to see which one Meyer is, but they can activate their flute while they're in CAC, so we probably won't have to wait too long to find that out. Considering if it is ether from Meyer, that's actually just dungeon we can take care of.
Yeah, it is actually full clearable with our current equipment.
Got a TR big key in the chicken hut. That'll be good to have.
Yep, that's we needed that one too. TR is also a crystal here. Not one of the big keys that you can sequence break either.
A little bit of divergence here. P-Train is opting to take care of the South Shore route. We're going to get information on our items a little bit faster here.
Yeah, like when you when you get the Lightworld access via the Agahnim portal, you've kind of got 3 ways you can go. You can head across to Sahara Eastern area, you can head down to South Shore, and you can head to Kakariko. So we've seen 2 of these routes here. There's the Eastern Big Key. Yeah,
speaking of Eastern, there's the key in well.
So we're a bow away from beating that one too.
And a 3 lineup of big 20s there all in a row.
To answer the question there in chat, this is inverted with big key shuffle specifically. All the other dungeon items remain in their dungeons, but the big keys are shuffled.
So far, Keck is having a couple of big keys for progression. We'll see if we get anything else out of it. There's our single arrow. P-Train's found a book in Mini Moldrum Cave. That's important for getting into desert. I mean, it's green pin at desert, so do you want that? But maybe. Maybe it's cool.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh, the cape was there too. Also potentially important if we have something on bumper. I haven't seen that. I haven't had a look at it yet, I don't think. Oh no, we saw it earlier.
Yeah,
we would have
we
seen it.
saw it on the way to the mountain. It was 100 rupees, I think.
Okay, so cape not really important. I was about to say we should have seen that. I just completely forgot it was there. P-Train making the long walk over to Ice Rod Cave, one of the worst locations to get to an inverted. Because you can't just flute to 8. And is rewarded with 50 rupees for his efforts.
Walking back out here, so I guess we're going to see some fake flipper checks as well.
Yeah, he does have the money for Zora, so you may want to go all the way up there and knock that out.
Yeah, makes sense. Zora itself is in logic as well with the glove. Nice quick line up there. Okay, we're heading over to this portal. Rather than Zora area, so we're just like now we are going to do the Kakariko from the north.
Okay. Malzanthos going to go ahead and take care of the rest of Castle, dropping into the back, assumedly. Or Graveledge first? Graveledge first. Just off to the right there, that's King's Tomb, the only check in inverted that is hard locked by mitts. Anything else you can get otherwise? And P-Train is now right behind him. So still not having proper light world access outside the portal in the middle of the world. They're going to be looping out of Sank here and continuing their routes. And P-Train in particular, he's going to drop in. Oh, there's a skull big. Okay, well, we can check that later.
Well, it's dead, I think, right? We found 2 items in skull, and the third one's guaranteed to be on the bus.
You're right, we did find 2 in the front, so yeah, that's dead. I'm not even going to keep track of it in my notes, doesn't matter. Yeah, for P-Train in particular here, he can exit Sank, grab the last item, and then just walk west, take care of woods, and go into village. The Sanctuary Heart piece, downgraded from the normal heart container.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're going to see next from Mal here. Maybe this is walking over to a potion shop.
Go for the mushroom turn-in, maybe. Maybe just walk to Zora from there too. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, could do. I mean, it's a little awkward. Hang on, you don't need to do this in the light world. You can just walk, please.
I want to see it fast. You're avoiding a little bit walking. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's faster if you just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, first try, I'm almost certainly it's faster. Second try, I'm not so sure.
At that point, you're committed. You got to go for it. All right, we'll get a peek at what's on this mushroom we got super early in Sphere 1. It is a Quake medallion. Don't know if we need that yet, but we have it.
We know the locations of the 2 medallions that we don't know if we need yet. Could be a big deal if that Quake is required, because yeah, as mentioned, the potion shop check is not a very pleasant one in inverted. We're going to see a pedestal read from P-Train here.
I certainly don't hate it. That'll give us that information right off the bat, and chat doesn't have to speculate. We can just know.
Yeah, and there's still quite a few things that could be here. I think like either rod, a bow, a piece of heart. That's a possibility.
Yep, that's a big possibility.
There's no ped seed today.
All right, I wonder if Malzanthos is going to go for this. Yeah, Splash Delete, because you've got Sambaria and Red Boomerang. You can pull that off. So this is I like this.
Really nice setup. Not one of the more common Splash Delete setups you see, so it's some good knowledge there.
Just 2 heart pieces there. It's not on a count of 3 or 4, so it does not get dunked, thankfully.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world with Moon Pearl. Obviously, you can. Well, I guess with Moon Pearl, you
Yeah.
can just walk out and back in. I think that works the same in inverted. I don't quite know. Probably does.
It would lose, I guess, a few frames having to swim out, but it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah. Nothing on Zora Ledge, so we'll have one last chance for glory up here on Kingfish himself. Nope, just a big old scam.
Classic.
28 red rubies in the pool. He's bound to have one of them fairly often.
Is it really that many? I hadn't. That's like 15% of the item pools.
Yeah, 28 red rupees in the pool. Yeah. Yeah, so I figured Mal would do next. Yeah, heading to Mire area. You've got that flute activated there. There's a quick 2 items, and you also get your medallion info. And it's Quake. We can get in.
All right.
Well, he can't get in, but... Or, no, he did that. No,
Yeah,
P-Train can't get in. Other way
he's
around.
the one who has Quake. Yeah, P-Train's going to have to... Well, P-Train and the other 46 people that we're not watching are going to have to turn in that mushroom at some point.
Ooh.
That
Cute
is
little hookshot clip into the block there.
A risky strat there, though. Like, if you mess that up, you lose a hell of a lot of time.
Yeah. Don't see that happen very often. Yes, that mushroom in Sphere 1 in the brewery ends up being critically required.
That temper dash is actually really nice here. It makes the upcoming Vitreous fight much more palatable.
Yeah, 3 swords compared to 2 with no bow in particular. Yeah, really nice. And this is Red Crystal Mire, so we do want to clear it, of course, and we have access to do the entire dungeon, having the big key and Samaria and a way to light torches. Yeah, P-Train will have a bit of a nicer time potentially with this if he gets here with the cape compared to Melxanthelos. But yeah, he'll assumedly have his 3rd sword as well, so it won't be too bad.
Yeah, that's a good point there. I think the spike chest in Maya does logically require an invincibility item, so in theory this chest isn't in logic, but it's just a small key anyway, so not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact details on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like in advanced placement it might not be required. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if anything makes that not required, it's probably advanced, yeah. Mechanically, all you need is at least 4 hearts really to access it and not die. Left side has a map. It's a little more likely then that there is an item in the big chest as opposed to a key. It can't be the big key, of course.
Yeah, we've already got that one.
Actually, I guess having the big key accessible means there could just be a small key over here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that could be the case.
Or is it the other way around? No, because a big key accessible gives us access to one more key door, so this can't be a key over here. Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, sure, because you can burn a key somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, because that like gives you access to the basement
like
key
the
door that
basement.
nobody opens. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the very super secret rupee room.
Yeah. It'll be useful if we ever get rupee shuffles.
Right,
Nope, left side was
note.
literally map and compass. Yeah, upset at that. Understandable.
All right. Well, I mean, there's still 2 items to be found in the front here somewhere because we haven't seen any of them yet.
P-Train spots a 10 arrow packet again. It looks like he's going to chase that book in the desert. I like it.
Yeah, sure. Already knocked off the tablet as well. There's like several book checks in this area.
Yeah. Especially if you get lucky and you find a mirror in desert. That'd be super nice for him. Just go straight into Meyer area from there. 10 bomb and checkerboard.
Yeah, obviously P-Train without the Quake medallion, so wouldn't be able to just like knock off Maya entirely right now. But
Yeah,
could still get the knowledge.
He has knowledge.
And the tempered sword.
Yeah, his third sword. Big 20 on desert ledge. Nothing exciting there. Map chest for Mal has our third small key. I think we're pending items in big chest in Boston at this point.
Yep, must be. We found that shield in the lobby.
Big 20 in the big chest. And we'll get our last item off Eddie. First item in desert is a heart piece in the map chest. No small key immediately available. That means the desert will be boots locked, maybe?
Well,
yep, it's boots locked. Well, logically, it's boots locked.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the big key yet. Obviously, I guess there's another check, but...
Yeah.
Let's see what P-Train wants to do next. Wouldn't be shocked to see the Maya area right now.
Yep, he's gonna go peek at that and see if he can get in. Which, I mean, he can't get in. He doesn't have medallions, but he'll know what it is at the very least.
Yeah. Can at least like learn that it isn't ether, so we'll have to go back for the medallion on library.
Yeah, that ether medallion is now utterly dead. Gets his third sword. I think there was a bug nut over here too. Yeah. Mal just a couple rooms away from starting our victorious fight, which is kind of NMG-ish. You've got 3 swords and a smattering of hearts. Not as many as you'd normally have here, but yeah, you got 3 swords.
The number of hearts is definitely the concern here. Can't do the the optimal damage boost strats.
Unless you're playing really risky, but you're putting yourself on the thin line there.
Yeah, and even then, I think oh, that's okay. Got to be careful here. Yeah, drink that red potion makes a lot of sense to me.
Yep. Adrian's walking over to Catfish. We haven't seen this yet. This is one of our big chances at was Aga skippable.
Yeah, true. We still haven't seen the hammer or the mitts yet. They're still both out there somewhere. We definitely could see P-Train head over to Pard soon as well. In Pyramid.
Just 300 on Catfish.
300 more rupees.
Yeah, we're filthy rich here. P-Train heading back to 4. We're going to head back into Light World. It's a little... I'm really curious about Pod now, because at this point, like, we've got Pod looming. I mean, yes, we don't have a bow or a hammer, but Pod is accessible, and you know how that dungeon can be. Looks like he's going to opt to head to Eastern first. We do have that Eastern big key, lacking a bow to complete the dungeon, but that big key may just be giving some curiosity about what could be in the big chest in particular.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, there's obviously like plenty of checks over here that could just be the bow as well. Would be very convenient for P-Train.
Yeah. I was also going to go ahead and knock out Catfish. Catfish easier to get to in this one because you can just float to 2. It's pretty nice. Alright, 3 items in Saha's closet for P-Train. We have a bomb pack. And there's our mirror, very convenient. Now you can just mirror to Pod after you're done with Eastern.
Exactly, really nice find. Still pretty unlikely that we find both bow and hammer over here to allow us to beat both of these dungeons right now. That's kind of wishful thinking, but you never do know. Oh, and we'd need Pod Big as well. Yeah, okay, that's probably not happening.
Yeah, pod right now lacking hammer and bow and its big key, so it's way off from being clearable. Now I was going to head down to do the South Shore checks. First item in Eastern is a 10 arrow pack, not the thing to use those arrows, unfortunately.
Hera is actually inaccessible in inverted without the hammer. Because like you can't mirror to that part of the light world, so you need to go the long way around to get there.
P-Train's got a fire rod in the map chest in Eastern, so that's good to have. We're going to need that for Skull. And TR.
Yeah, that one's very required. We'll speed up P-Train's Maya as well when he eventually gets there.
Yeah.
Able to do the torches faster, and also the possibility of doing spooky. Or at least a partial spooky. Spooky's a bit awkward in inverted because you can't use the normal like entering the warp setup.
Yeah. Mal's got his book and cape now from Mini Moldorm. Big chest is just a map in Eastern.
Alright, so that's not what the big key was for.
Got one chance left at something interesting in the big key chest. We're ready to bail out and maybe dip into pod for some items.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense from P-Train's position here. Ooh.
He's
I did not see that coming.
bailing out. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's have we seen? Wait, there should be.
Wait, or did we miss an item in a map?
Or was
it?
Maybe? Yeah, maybe Compass was on.
Wait, no.
On the big.
Compass's right map is left in Eastern, but yeah, maybe the third chest had an item and I missed it.
Yeah, if we didn't find the compass, then it has to be there because it can't be on the boss. I'm just not certain if we did. But I'm quite surprised by the lack of a pod dip there. I guess just gonna take this fire rod to finish off Skullwards.
Yeah, which is reasonable. I mean, you can get back to pod fairly easy with fluting 5, but yeah. Skull is a crystal dungeon. You got 1 item guaranteed in the back on the boss, so we do want to do it.
Yeah, I like walking around to pod is a little inconvenient. I think I'd have been tempted at least to open it there, like just to get Kiki from that side. But I don't know. Maybe that's not anything.
P-Train accidentally fell in the hole there. Where he's checking. No, you found 2 items. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this can't be anything.
Yeah, he may not have remembered that he's already found 2 items in the front. Guess that's it. Bows down to seeing what's on the camper under the bridge. 10 arrows. Still lacking a method to use those. P-Train now obligated to pick up the small key and the pot key to get through the back easier.
Where is Mal heading right now?
Maybe going to chase that book.
Yeah, this is going to be heading over towards these book checks. Alright, we know there's not a whole lot over there.
If we had the mirror, we could check 1 check in Swamp. That'd be kind of funny. Funny as in sometimes the hammer is there and you go, oh, video game.
Yeah, doing like the odd check in Swamp is a little bit less bad than inverted because it's not like you don't have to mirror you don't have to transition worlds quite so many times.
Oh, we do have flippers. That's true, actually.
Oh, that's also true.
I don't know if that we have flippers. There's a blue bottle on Moths. That's nice to have. Not progression really, but you're not going to say no to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, yeah, P-Train's obviously sat there with 11 hearts and now a red and blue potion in bottle, so should be pretty safe for the rest of the seed.
Where's Petron headed now? 5 now for pod, probably? Or maybe a, probably not a walk to pyramid. It's going to be a really slow walk for one item. Yeah, we're just going to go into pod.
Yeah, I think this has to be pod.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about that one item on pyramid, but I'm not as enthused about walking all the way to it just yet.
Yeah, for sure.
If anything, yeah, if anything, you can get there faster by just going from house, taking the portal up and mirroring from the uncle side.
Oh yeah, true. That's actually very quick. Yeah.
But at this point, like, there's nothing else in the castle area, so you're kind of just like, that's a very isolated item by now. All right, digging into pod finally here for P-Train.
Yep. Let's see if we're bow locked. We're not.
We can continue. Not that being bow locked would necessarily dissuade either of them. The free potion, you can use that, or you can just straight up mimic clip. Either way.
Yeah, for sure. I think even if we hadn't seen a key there, we'd see P-Train carrying on here, but it's just, nice to know that these checks are in logic.
Mel's glimpsed the small key on the torch, knows that is a logical boots lock for desert. Yeah, let's see where he goes next. Do a little shopping, picking up another potion before going into pod, perhaps.
Alright, we're all small keys all the time so far in pod.
As you do.
Yep, there's 4 of them.
We could have just 2 items right side then, I guess. What are the odds of how pod usually does? There's usually 4 keys in the front.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, there has to be at least 4 keys in the front, but sometimes you just find all of them.
Yeah, sometimes you get the nice, exciting 6 key pod front. Pyramid item is a heart piece. Nope.
Alright, that's not the answer.
And Mel is now going to flute to 5. I think he's going to join P-Train in pod. Yeah, here's P-Train going for mimic clipping.
Yeah, nice,
unbuffered.
Unbuffered clips here. It's getting in there. Okay. P-Train does have both potions still, right? I've definitely been tempted to just use my red here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has the red still.
Not a bad clip, though. Still probably gets it faster than anyone who was buffering it.
Most likely, yeah. Yeah, chat's talking about a boots hint. There is no boots hint in Ambrosia, as compared to open Ambrosia.
Yeah, because it's not the standard opening, so we don't have a chat with the uncle at the start of the seed.
Ooh, we do have a 5 key front. All right.
Okay. What's the other thing in the front?
I actually didn't see the map chest.
Was it an item or was it the dungeon item? Yeah, I didn't actually spot that.
I didn't see it, so I'm assuming it's a 5 key front because 6 key fronts are extremely rare. Oh, it's the Bombus medallion, according to our tracker and chat. Thank you.
Good to know. So that means access to the front of Turtle Rock, and we've got Samaria, we've got a fire rod, so we can actually potentially go quite a long way through.
Right, there's our
last,
6 key.
Yep, the last key, and there's the hammer.
There's the hammer. Of course it is.
All right, that opens up quite a bit of stuff. With that Bombos, we've actually got the... I guess it's not in logic because there's no flippers. We've got the ability to beat Ice Palace now. Although that is also a pendant.
Yeah. I don't think
Hera also beatable now.
Yep, so that that hammer in the rupee basement pod does indeed say if you current jump this seed, you can skip the Agahnim.
Yeah, true.
And of course, there's a bow in the dark maze. Of course.
All right. I mean, I did say it seemed like wishful thinking, but
Is-
maybe we're gonna find the big key as well and
Is the
just have
big
it
key
all.
here too? No. Okay. Close. 2 out of 3. Oh, it's always pod. Yep.
So now we're just gonna finish Eastern immediately. Looks like
Probably. I mean, that seems reasonable. It's a crystal dungeon. You may as well. There's an item on the boss.
obviously easy to say in hindsight. This is why I like the immediate mirror from Eastern to Pod, because then you can just go back through the portal and get to do this.
Yeah, that would have been very convenient to do so. Chat's asking about it. Yes, we are looking for. We definitely need the ice rod to kill Trinex. We need the pod big, the Thieves Town big to get in the back of that dungeon, and
Yeah, I believe that is it.
that's about it. Yep. Logically, we need boots. Well, no, deserts of crit. No, we don't logically need boots, unless there's something crazy on the green pendant. One of those items is required. Yeah. Yeah, TR mostly beatable. There is, of course, the where's the ice rod question, and is it in Turtle Rock like usual?
Yeah, it's another classic of the genre. We'll see. I definitely could see players heading to Turtle Rock pretty soon.
Yeah, you can get everything in there but the boss kill.
Yep. And you can obviously combine it with a trip to Hera to knock out another crystal.
Mel's got his bow. There's our red armor on the eastern boss. That's nice to have. Mel's got his mirror shield now. I was thinking about it, thinking, what are we going to do? You've got a hammer now. You can flute to 5 if you're going for eastern area. Yeah. Thinking about, of course, you want to go to eastern now. You've got the big key and a bow, so you can clear it. So he'll be getting that crystal and presumably the mirror shortly thereafter.
Yep, and yeah, doing it this way around a little awkward again, because it means that yeah, you couldn't do any of the fancy mirror stuff to make this a bit quicker. Mirror was in the back of Sahasra's closet, right?
Yes. Peter is now headed for Spike Cave. We have the items to get into it and a cape, so it is indeed logical to do so. And we have an arrow pack. Well, at least we can use those now.
Yeah, finding like one set of arrows just after beating Eastern is actually pretty convenient, because you're usually quite low after the boss.
Yeah, you don't hate arrow refills after Armos. I think we might be headed for Hera next here.
Yeah, I think we're doing Hera and Turtle Rock in some kind of an order. Probably, yeah, you probably do Hera first here. And you can
Get
just
Hera.
walk back to the walk back to the east side of the mountain and then mirror into the back of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Hera, Ether Tablet, mirror back, and then do however you want to do TR. The mirror in inverted is very liberating in terms of accessing Turtle Rock, because you can pick any entrance you want to go for it. Which usually means start at Laser Bridge and work backwards, and then just mirror once you've got all the items and go kill the boss, assuming you got the Ice Rod.
I'm walking past the big chest there. Oh yeah, that's the map, isn't it? So I think it must be map and compass left. We just we hadn't spotted it when P Train was in there, but yeah.
Yeah.
The first 3 checks were all items, and that's that in this mode.
The ideal Eastern layout, actually, yeah. Okay, Ether Tablet coming up on P Train's side.
Yeah, let's see if this this book means something, this seed, or if it was just a trap.
Big 20. So pending green pendant and the other item in desert, that book may have just been a complete trap.
So,
Yeah.
unless boots show up, there's nothing else boots locked to be or book locked rather to be found.
Yeah.
Game's being very generous with the contents of bottles today. 2 reds
Yeah.
and a blue in the ones we found.
Very nice with the pre-filled bottles, yeah. Lots of 1 item in Hera, and then we'll have a compass in the map chest, okay. We have a hook shot and a big key, so we can just go right to the big chest floor. We'll see which Hera pot method P-Train goes for. There are a few of them by now.
Like a pretty classic Hera pot here.
He's got it first try, nicely done. Mal's got his mirror from Saw's closet now. Big chest is the map. Compass
small key.
Is the small key, yep. So we're going to have an item in the basement.
Yep. See if if P-Train wants to be a gambler here or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, leaving an item behind that ends up mattering in the basement in this mode is pretty rough. It takes a very long time to walk all the way back to Hera.
Yeah, asking about the Quake. It's on the mushroom turn-in, and that mushroom was in Sphere 1 in Brewery. P-Train having a nice easy Moldorm, a spin and a slash will do it. Mal's going to walk back for a head read, most likely. Oop, there's that. There's Ice Rod and Moldorm. Okay.
All right. So that means, we can just, knock off the entire rest of the mountain here. Never have to come back.
Yeah, I think we head straight to Turtle Rock. Now clear that dungeon. Let's go.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah. He's thinking about it. He's going to go for it. Okay.
Yeah, going into the basement here. It's obviously it's a pretty safe play, but I do like it. Just there's just so much that can go wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
behind.
if you leave this behind, it's awful to get back to. Hera basement takes so much longer to even access in inverted.
Yeah, especially no boots as well. You just have to do the entire mountain walk again.
Yep. I can definitely see skipping it because you just got Ice Rod and you're like, okay, that's one less thing I need to find. And now TR is full clearable. You've got 6 items to get there, but either way, I get it. It's a play you don't necessarily have to justify. It just kind of, you're either making a big gamble because it's Hera basement. Who doesn't gamble Hera basement? Or you're saying this is really bad to get back to. I want to make sure it's not anything now. Yeah, P-Train is missing Quake. That's a good point. He has one more item from Go Mode compared to Malxantholos. In terms of what we know where things are anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Mal hasn't got the ice rod yet, but we'll
Shovel.
presumably get to that quite soon.
Well, we'll wait on that. I'm finding out whether Hera basement was useful.
I love when you get a fetch quest item in a bad location.
Yes.
Just kick that can right on down the road.
You gotta put even more time into getting this one check. All right, we're gonna do Mimic Cave first. Yeah. That are inverted terrain changes. You can't mirror to the ledge. There's just another drop off added to the top of Light Mountain. You can drop right down to Mimic Cave. Malzanthos had a very nice moth fight. And is out of here. We got a 50 rupee in Mimic, so nothing there. Petron's going to reclimb through here and assumedly go to the laser bridge drop down.
Yeah, I definitely don't know my my inverted turtle rock routine well enough to know if this is better or worse than just mirroring after Mimic Cave and like doing front and back from the middle. GT Big is in GT this mode, so yeah, we're just looking for Pod and Thieves big keys now. There's a big key. Not a good one
big.
though.
Well, not that one.
We did not want that one.
Inverted TR plays very much kind of like it's an entrance mode. Swamp.
All right, well, all the whammies.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Laser Bridge. 4 keys. 2 of them are single check big keys. Very nice.
Desert Big incoming?
Yeah. At this rate, I hope so. Let's get all of them.
Find all 3 pendant big keys in TR.
You might as well complete the triple. There's no hammering down these pegs.
Hey, there's another big key.
Okay,
that's a good
Thieves
one. We
big.
didn't we didn't get the trifecta.
Mal spots our last bottle, also filled with red potion and hammer pegs. Besides, we've had enough of those. I think the reasoning for not being the boss of TR is because it's going to kick you out at the top. Petron has the big key, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Yeah, he has the big key. Yeah, yeah. Because if you kill Trinex, it's going to spit you out at the top of TR, which is a little bit awkward for trying to route the rest of the dungeon.
Yeah, you can just do the rest of the dungeon from Laser Bridge here and then mirror back and then kill Trinex.
Yeah. And we know there's an item on Trinex specifically, so yeah, I think now he's going to go for it. He'll get spit out the top, and that entrance is open, and he can just do the rest from there.
Yeah, if there's even anything left, I'm not even certain if there are items left.
I mean, let's see, 4-3.
We found those 3 big keys, but I don't know about anything else. Actually, yeah, doing it this way around just makes a ton of sense, because if Trinex just has your pod big here, well, I guess P-Train wouldn't know that that's go mode.
Yeah.
P-Train's still missing Quake.
Yeah, he still has to work in that mushroom turn-in at some point.
Yeah, which is a bit rough at this point, and it's just such an awkward check to get to when you've got a bunch of other things to be doing. Like, there's definitely the concern that you like dip into a pendant dungeon before doing it. Although I guess without flippers, you just wouldn't do that. Like, there's not much reason to go. Obviously, you can't do swamp. There's not much reason to go into ice without them.
Yeah.
But if flippers show up, then we could be in trouble.
Yeah, flippers unlocks a ton of stuff to do. Yeah, chat's pointing out the big chest is weird for Petron to get to, and that's why I personally like the. I'm not sure how it fares time wise compared to just going from Laser Bridge, but I like dropping the Mimic and then mirroring into the middle and just going from there, because you do get the big chest knocked out. You can walk up to the top of the dungeon and just mirror back and go from the middle downward.
Yeah, that's the thing how I would have done it intuitively, though I've not like done any timings on this to know what's good and what's not.
I think the only risk is if there's like 4 keys on Laser Bridge, it can be awkward. But yeah,
Oh, I guess that can happen in this mode, can't it? Yeah, that's that's fun times.
because of having all entrances accessible, like the small keys can be almost anywhere in the dungeon. Right, Peter having a nice textbook. Trinex fight is now in the top, going to finish clearing out the dungeon. Mal's now seen all 4 bottles. Said, "No, we've got enough drinks. We're good. Thanks."
Yeah, pretty sure Mal's still got one that's full of blue, so doesn't need to worry too much here.
Roller room is a map and a small key, so we're going to go peek at the compass chest.
Right, here we see a more up-to-date Hera pot setup from Mal. Hey, look who it is. Boots time. So now there's another pendant with progression that we can sidetrack ourselves with.
Yeah, right. Those have been available for a bit too, considering we had the Bombos medallion available in. It was in the front of pod. It had been available for a little bit. Since we had, as soon as the flute active, we had access to the front of pod. We could have gotten that,
Well,
and then
it's weird though, right? Is that Bombos actually in logic though? Because it was on the right side of pod, right? And our bow is 6 pod key locked.
it depends on where the other bow is. If that bow is the logical available one, that can be locked by 5 small keys if it's in Dark Maze.
Okay,
Because without that bow, you can't access the boss door.
sure.
So assuming the other bow is like in GT, then that bow is just actually and there was not a key on the right side. No, there was one key. There was one key
There was
right
one
side.
key there. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's
Yeah.
why it's if the other bow is available somewhere, then in theory our Bombos isn't in logic.
Yeah, that's actually yeah. But I mean, mechanically, those boots have been available for a bit. But it's like, you gotta go to a pod, find the bombs medallion, go back up a TR, and actually go in the front. But yeah.
All right, there's powder in the big chest too.
Okay, that's a check.
Sure is. It's another slightly awkward one. Although P Train hasn't done Smith Chain yet, right? So you could just do all of that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously gonna go ahead and knock out the back of Thieves Town first. Makes a ton of sense. Just do your beatable crystal dungeons. Don't overthink it.
Tier having a grand total of 5 trackable items, then 3 big keys, boots, and powder. P-Train's gonna go take that Thieves big and immediately go clear a crystal dungeon. Great idea. Well, he's got his shovel now. We're getting out of Hera. I don't think we have seen Lumberjack Tree, no.
Yeah, I don't recall either on checking Lumberjack.
Which, I mean, they both did Aga. That would be accessible with now with boots.
Yeah, that would be funny actually. After making a bit of a big deal out of that hammer being available to Secret Break Agahnim, if it ended up being Lumberjack as the answer, and it turns out you had to kill Agahnim all along.
Yeah. I forget how many items we found in front of these, but Featuring's found one more in the attic chest.
Yeah, I want to say there were 2 items in the front of Thieves, but I'm not certain.
That sounds right. It's been so long. That was the beginning of the seed. It's been in like an hour basically since then, so who knows? I was going to take the route of mirroring to the middle from Mimic Cave and starting the trip from there. Yeah. Gets that powder and thinks, ugh, that's isolated now, thanks. Oh, flippers in the
Ooh,
cell in Thieves.
that is
Great.
that is not good news for P-Train. Because I think there's going to be a big temptation to dip one of the flipper lock pendant dungeons before going to the potion shop as a one-off.
Yeah. Oh, second bow in the back of
All
Thieves.
right, that's interesting. I mean, we're definitely in logic now, anyway. That
Yeah,
much I do now know.
either
Whether
way,
we
that
were before or
unlocks
not,
it.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, that unlocks the other bow regardless, so yeah. Well, silvers are nice to have.
So that's
We're gonna be
hammer. The hammer was in the dark basement, right?
Hammer was
Okay.
in Dark Base in a pod, yes, which is
Trying to.
which is 4 key locked, so we can get to that without the
Okay,
right side.
sure. So I think that that the and bombos were out of logic, but we've just had access to them now,
Yes.
so it's fine.
Yeah, where we've put everything back in logic as far as we know now. Yeah.
I mean, I get that, like, you were basically like acting as if they were in logic before anyway, because like the
Yeah.
only way you're ever going to find out they were out of logic is by finding the item that puts them into logic anyway.
Exactly. Ooh, half magic on blind. That's a nice find too. Thieves Town also loaded flippers, a glove, a bow, and the half magic. Just lots of nice stuff. I mean, you don't necessarily want the flippers, but they might be required to finish the seed. We still have that pod big has yet to pop up somewhere.
Yep, and with Mal just found that Thieves Town big, so it is now officially one item from go.
Yeah. P-Train still got to get over to Potion Shop and get his mushroom turned in for the Quake Medallion. Just thinking about it, thinking what's my option next. He might be going for Smith Chain now that he can also do the Magic Bat, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely.
Which probably takes him to Swamp, right? Because he can drag purple all the way down there and just go right into Swamp Palace.
Now Mal has to get the two teasing big keys.
Oh, he's checking Lumberjack, I think.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can combine that here for sure. Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, Mal's got his 4 keys on Laser Bridge now. Well, I mean, if we do have to go to a pendant dungeon, at least we have those big keys to knock out all their checks.
Oh, P-Train with the blind check here.
Yeah, I might as well just go for it. Big 20.
That is not a big key.
Turns out we could have skipped Aga mechanically.
Yep, I'd be interested to see if anyone pulled that off.
Yeah, where does he go next? Is he going south or east? If he goes east, we could see him run potentially to Potion Shop.
Ooh.
Peter hasn't been to Zora yet, has he? Oh, Bonkrock's here too, yeah.
Exciting news from the race room. Tracebire has finished.
Wait, did Trey get first?
126.16.
Let's go. Good job, Trey. I'm so proud of him.
So that's exciting news. I think that might put a bit of panic into our runners here for sure.
I mean, in 10 minutes they'll get that news, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. I forgot that was that's not on the 10-minute delay, but yeah. Yeah, sorry about saying that on the stream. I forgot that was not on the delay as well, so I should have said that in 10 minutes time.
Magic Bat? What you got? Ooh, a sword. I mean, sure, it's nice.
Alright, Mal has found those boots.
All right, P-Train's going to wrap up the rest of Smith Chain. You know, there's not much to be really found here. Did Mal do purple chest? I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I just didn't see it was there, so I can't imagine. I mean, obviously it wasn't anything important, or we'd know already. Peter will have an easier time with this, can just hammer the pegs down with boots.
Yeah, with regards to mentioning like off-stream races, like I think like the fact that people finishing in the race room might affect the plays of the people on stream is probably is worth mentioning. But yeah, I agree that I should just I'll say everything 10 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's a live race thing. It is easy to forget about the delay, but yeah, I'm not worried about it personally. Peter's thinking about the whether he wants to just like mirror and flute to 7 or 4 and use the portal, but you do have to shovel check along the way still.
Oh yeah, the the whole Hera basement situation. See if this is paying off.
Yeah, we can finally see if it was worth it. 5 rupees. Nope.
All right, gamblers rewarded.
Now he's got his second bow. Ready to go finish the dungeon.
P-Train heading to Ice here, or actually P-Train hasn't done Zora area still, right?
Yeah, look at the island here too. Bomb pack. Okay. Yeah, he's got some flippers checks to wrap up still.
Right, yeah, I guess he didn't do these out of logic, but now we've got the flippers, it's a thing to be doing. Nice little half magic on blind there for Mal as well. We're definitely doing pretty good in terms of safeties here. Got ourselves a mirror shield, some red mail, silver arrows, half magic, lots of nice bottles.
Yeah, we're extremely well equipped overall. Not like a huge number of hearts, but 12 red is still pretty nice.
I'd forgotten quite how P-Train's sprite looks when swimming.
It's
certainly something.
It's quite unsettling in swimming. Yeah, you see only the head just kind of floating along.
Alright, so it's going to be Mal knocking off that shovel check. Makes sense. You know, you spent the time getting it. You want to get the payoff if it's there.
I was going to go ahead and knock out that isolated magic bat.
P-Train's first look at Pyramid Ledge. Yeah, it is.
You managed to hold out until being able to basically just save and quit to the castle wall to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Let's see where he goes next. You got to be thinking about swamp or ice at this point, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely.
He could be running to potion shop right now, though.
Actually, this does look like it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got the mushroom selected. All right,
All right,
that's
well,
good news.
this is good news. I mean, obviously, it means that you're either going to spend the time doing this and then doing Maya, which aren't leading you to go mode anyway. But at least you're doing necessary things rather than
Yes.
wasting time.
That'll put him back in parity in terms of go mode, just now needing the pod big.
Yep. Yeah. Still no idea where that one is.
Yeah, at this point, it's looking more and more likely like we're going to dip a Flipper's Locked pendant dungeon for it. Gets his quick medallion, does a little top off on hearts because you're going straight into Mire 2. You know, you need full hearts.
Yeah, so we actually do have access to more checks in all of the pendant dungeons now, so classic
Yeah.
pick a pendant situation.
Yeah, exactly. You got
Which
4 in ice, 7 in swamp. Which one do you want?
Okay, looks like we're going to see... Oh, yeah, no mitts. I think P-Train was thinking about going to, like, do this via mirror and then doing desert afterwards, but not an option available here. Ooh, interesting. We're seeing the... Ooh. Okay, an attempt at Tomb Raider here.
Take a shot at it, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a way to get it.
Yeah, exactly. That's as you said, the only check in in inverted that is hard logically locked behind mitts. So if you can sequence break it, then you just skip the mitts entirely.
Yeah.
This looks like Spike Cave from Mal. I think that's the only thing left on the mountain. P-Train gonna be heading straight to the boss here, then might come back in for more checks.
I was going to head for Ice Palace. All right.
Yep, pendant picked.
Get some new checks out of this seed here.
Oh, I think P-Train. Yeah, okay. I think when P-Train went to the rock there, it wasn't to try and get into Desert. It was to try and set up Spooky.
Yeah.
Though I'm not. I honestly don't know if that works. It obviously didn't there.
There's an alternate setup you can do where you void a Samario block and it sets it to a different value.
Yeah, you can't do Spooky 1 with it, but it wouldn't have mattered here because you didn't need to anyway. But yeah, well, I call that All Dungeons Spooky because it's the version you do in the All Dungeons RMG speedrun.
Yeah. Setting up an icebreaker, trying to buffer that 1 pixel. There you go. Peter will have a very, very fast victorious fight here.
Ooh, gets a cycle though. It's all over.
Would have been faster to silvers, actually. Yeah. Gets the red rupee off the boss. We've already seen 1 item in ice. It was at the. There's nothing in the compass chest. Seen compass and map, right? So we're looking for keys, and the rest will be items. There's our second to 50.
So by this point in the race, our runners now will have seen someone finish, so they'll know that they're not yet in go mode. Which I mean, I don't know if they'll use that to try and derive any information about where the pod big key could be.
Small key and freeze ore. We can hook shot over to the big chest and grab that. Heart piece for the 3rd item. Last item is on the boss. It's a nice quick ice trip, actually. P-Train making a pretty reasonable play of going straight to the boss of Mire first, just in case, you know, that might be your go mode item, and if not, you can clear the rest of the dungeon out. And Mal will drop in to Cold Stare. Pretty well equipped for this fight, shouldn't take very long to knock out. Those puffs are still good at escaping the corner, though. And Blue Rupee. Ice is nothing. Yep, you know the ped's dead, you don't need that pennant.
Yep. Which pendant are we picking next?
Yeah, pick the next one. I mean, Swamp most likely here, because it's the nice dense one, and you've already gotten something out of Desert. All right, looks like P-Train, including the 8, is going to go take his trip into Ice now. We're still watching Mal Xanthalos for new check information.
Yeah, bad news for P-Train here that he picked the same pendant that we now know is not the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ice is one of the best picks here. I think it's in terms of the density, like time taken to clear it versus the number of checks, I think it's the best choice. But yeah, I don't blame him for making it.
Probably true.
Swamp does have more items, but it's a bit more of a time commitment. First item is a red rupee.
We are looking for the Palace of Darkness big key.
Yep, that is effectively our Ice Rod Hood at this point. We just need it to go get the boss of Pod, and then we're good to go.
And yeah, I think we're down to just Swamp and Desert here. I can't think of any other loose checks hanging around. Alright, we're going back first.
Yeah, we can't have Pyramid Fairy because Pod's a red crystal. Yeah, I think that's really about it. I think it's just these pendant dungeons. I can't think of anything else that's that we have pending. Otherwise, there's a sound there. Now it's King's Tomb.
Yeah, now there's King's Tomb.
There's that.
Are we gonna? Is Mal gonna get punished for failing that Tomb Raider?
Oh, there it is. It's in the back of Pod or
that's
Swamp.
The one.
That's Mal Xanthalos at go mode in 1 hour, 31 minutes, and about half a minute. Let's go. Of course, taking the quick way to Pod, if you have the mirror, you can just go flute 5 to light roll and just mirror at the top, and you're in Pod without having to navigate the maze. P-Train done with his nice Cold Stare fight. Again, save and quit out. You don't need that pennant. Let's hope he goes right to Swamp next.
Yeah, I think you probably do here, because like without the mitts getting back into deserts,
Yeah.
it's like pretty awkward. And you're doing that just for like the right side checks with the small key, because obviously we still haven't got the big key to desert yet.
Yeah, deserts is very inaccessible at this point. Yeah, it's the only big key we didn't come across was the desert big. Like, well, that's mercifully out, not even found. You don't have to think about desert that much.
Yeah, it could be in GT. Most likely is at this point.
Yeah.
All right, now we just get to go back into the light world and save and quit and get spat out right outside.
Yeah. GT is extremely accessible, especially when you've already killed Aggie. You're right there on Castle Wall. Super nice.
It looks like some people in chat are throwing some numbers around. Let's see where our big key finds itself today.
I'm going to go with my usual number of 18. We have a big key or a small key in hope, so we can go right if we want, and Alzanthelos will go for exactly that.
That's P-Train finding the mitts, but won't have to be worried about them for too long.
Yeah, you get a moment of, oh no, I have to go for King's Tomb. Should I have done a thing to get that? But no, it's right here. You're fine. Mit's a jump scare, but it only lasts a few seconds. 3, 4, 5. There it is.
A big key of this dungeon, yeah. It could have been desert, but
there was that
not.
potential. Yeah. There are two modes in these qualifiers that have the GT big in GT, but there are shuffled big keys. And there's some potential for GT pranking you with big keys that aren't the one you're looking for, yeah.
I mean, at least in the AD keys mode, if you find a different big key in GT, you still need it.
True. Assuming it's not like a swamp or
yeah, that is true.
Ones you can get around, yeah.
The sequence breakable ones for sure.
Now having a very nice Mimics 1 and 2. Alec Chat says these are not the BKs you're looking for. P-Train is getting as fast as he can into pod to get done.
So by this point of the race, we'd had 4 finishes at this point, and there was a gap of over 6 minutes between second and third place. So if I might speculate, I might say that exactly 2 people Kern jumped.
Potentially, yeah. There's a large gap. Yeah, trade 126, 120, and then there's a 136. So yeah. It's also possible that some people did it, but then got tripped up otherwise, and still took a while. So yeah. I like to think at least one person did it, and it's like, hell yeah, you got the hammer, and you feel like you did a really good thing. Which, I mean, you saved a few minutes of climbing AT, so yeah.
Oh, hey, welcome to the chat, Trey. You totally forgot about cone jumping, so congratulations, I guess, on the absolute god route.
Yeah, he nailed it. Malzanthus having a nice expedient climb already through Wizarobs too. Train is hammering the face off of King Helmasaur. A couple of gold sword hits, that's all it takes. I think Malzanthus still has that blue potion in the pocket. We'll just take the refill so he doesn't have to use it. He can save that for later. Just in case you end up meeting on Ganon for some reason. Only one key to climb with, so we need to pick up the mini Helma, and there we go. Got the powder a while ago, so we can get one last refill if you want it. Nah, he's going for speed. No refills needed. Understandable.
P-Train into GT, what route are we going to see? We're going to see DM, so we're going to lose a little bit of time on this big key hunt.
Yeah, he can just go straight right and get it. I mean, assuming he doesn't go hard left. If he goes rando rush, then he could be in more trouble.
That's true. You could potentially lose a lot of time on this big key hunt.
But Stalfos right isn't too bad.
Yeah, I would expect. Yeah, DM seems the most likely option here, and that's not a huge deal. Probably loses about 30 seconds, maybe.
If you get any keys over here, and just one. All right, that works.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you find 0 keys there, it means there would have to be one in Hope Room anyway, right? Like, just because of how the key logic has to work out.
Yeah, there has to be.
So you could still DM at that point.
Yeah, I think there had to be like 3 keys in the first 7 checks. I think that's how that works out. Something like that. Malzanthus had a nice 3-cycle Aga 2. We're going to drop in and go fight the Ganon. Very well equipped for this fight. It will not take long at all. He's got his big key there. Takes a moment to study that text box, make sure it's the right one, and we are good to go.
Does P-Train know Hundo mimics? No. Having Silvers and Mirror Shield, you can you can do a pretty nice little strat in the mimics room.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure I've seen it.
Yeah, you can basically just like walk to the right wall, then walk back to the left into the mimics' faces and just shoot them because they can't shoot you when you've got the Mirror Shield.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that pattern. It sounds cool and fast. Yep, like I said, Malzanthus is very well equipped for that Ganon fight. It is over already. Get your GGs in chat. We'll get an official time in just a few seconds once he's across that bridge. He's going to come in at a place of 18th in the race room. Official time 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 17 seconds.
Yeah, so we're looking at Yeah, because that big gap in the middle of second and third place means that the par time here is going to be kind of interesting. I think we're looking at like a 132-ish par.
Yeah, I'm going to average that right now because I'm curious.
Yeah, please do, because that was some very fast and loose maths on my part. Just eyeballing the numbers. Yeah, looks like we've been joined by Malzalthos. Congratulations.
Thank you. GG's.
Yeah, so yeah, how do you feel about that one?
Yeah, well, not too great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was basically a last location of that hot big key. And yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Didn't
when
go
you've yeah, I mean when you've got like stuff independent dungeon, especially when it was locked behind flippers that turned up quite late anyway, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I played very safe, maybe a little bit too safe. I don't know. I mean, it's still a qualifier, so I didn't want to go to Swamp directly because I knew it would take a lot of time, and if it's just in some overword check that I could have gotten way earlier, then my score would be worse. So I played it very safe, I think, and yeah, didn't pay off in this seed.
Yeah, like we were saying, like I think ice is a great call to make there because it's like 4 items compared to the time that it takes to go there. It's a pretty quick dungeon. I don't think that was a wrong choice for you. It just happened to, ice is just unfortunately empty. But...
Yeah, right. But also the overworld I cleared. Well, I mean, I had the mirror pretty late. I had those boots pretty late. Oh, those boots felt especially annoying. Just in the front of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, like they were obviously available quite a lot earlier, but I don't know how likely it is for people to get to them early because like you don't really. I guess if you got the mirror early, maybe you just do TR a lot earlier.
Yeah, well, but still, I mean, I don't think my score is too bad. I calculated it should be around 90 points still, so yeah, nothing to complain about at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and of course the beginning was pretty interesting with that super early hookshot and everything, and the early mountain access. I really thought, well, maybe this actually isn't an Aga seed. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can. We've been talking about it a couple times. Turns out you can current jump this seed and get your hammer and skip Aga. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I also thought that maybe some people did it when I saw the finish times.
Yeah, that's what we were wondering as well. But apparently trade in at the very least.
Yeah, despite getting a monstrously good time, didn't actually get the current jump, so it could have been even faster. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Okay.
Imagine getting like a 121-ish in this seed. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, this Palace of Darkness was just stacked. I mean, bow and hammer and pot.
Yeah.
What kind of seed was that?
Bow, hammer, the bombos, which I mean you don't really need, but you can use it anyway. Thieves was also stacked, like the other bow, flippers, glove. Like yeah, crystal dungeons having items is always nice to see. The TR as well. I mean, 5 trackable items. You got boots, powder, 3 big keys. You only need 1 of them, but still, that laser bridge was silly.
Oh, it really was. Was a very funny laser bridge. With all those big keys, I was certain. Okay, oh nice, another big key. Now that should be go mode. No, still not.
You get scammed twice, yeah, by the big keys. You're just like, oh, come on, be pod big, please. Like, nope, here have these one-off big keys that you don't really need.
Yeah.
All right, P-Train has got Ganon down as well. Going to be crossing that bridge. See if I can find him in the race room. There we go. 1:47.14 official race time for P-Train, coming in 25th place. And welcome in P-Train. GG.
Oh, GG's.
GG.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that one?
Oh, well, not good.
Yeah, it was a bit of an adventure.
No, I joked with Sabo that I have not been running Rando a lot lately. I think I did the qualifiers for the Casual Boots Invitational that's happening on the ladder, and I've done these qualifiers. Other than that, I haven't really touched the game, so I'm super rusty. And I told Sabo, I was like, of course you're going to get me for Ambrosia, which is like the most, like the weirdest, the most non-normal mode, in my opinion. So I'm probably just going to embarrass myself, and then I died to the Murderdactyl like twice. So yeah, just good times all around.
I mean, those early birds, you're trying to get them out, and I feel you because like you throw the sign at it and it just like misses because it's like gets frame rolled or it's on the weird layer. I don't know, understand why it happens, but it feels bad every time. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like we killed each other. Like it felt like mutual assured destruction. I'm pretty sure I heard the kill sound at the same time I died. But I mean, realistically speaking, with a master sword and a hook shot, there's no excuse for dying there once, much less twice.
Yeah. These things happen. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I felt like aside from the Murderdactyl, I felt okay with things in the beginning. I always feel like inverted. Like once you get light world access, it always just feels like kind of a wash. Like I can't say that I ever clear the light world with like a good plan, a good next step in mind. And that was the case this time. So I was like, oh well, let's just go to the eastern area. Intentionally chose eastern over pod. Because dying to the Murderdactyl, also I've been walking around a lot. Maybe Eastern's got something good. And it did. I walked away with the mirror. Unfortunately, I didn't really take advantage of that in terms of dipping pod. But no, got the mirror, so I felt good about that. And then beyond that, like really just the next big thing is just when do you go to Swamp? And just as I'm playing through the seed in my mind, I don't know that Swamp was ever a good call until I got once it got to like the really crappy decisions. I felt like I had Overworld, I felt like I had Ice Palace, and I felt like I had Swamp. The shovel in Hera basement drove me towards the Overworld because I really wanted that shovel to count for something. And then between Ice and Swamp, Ice is just faster.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my mentality there. I just don't see when you get to Swamp. I mean, I guess you could have just picked it randomly, but I don't know. As early as Trey got, that time is nuts.
Yeah, you basically have to pick Swamp over Ice because you can't even get into Swamp until you've been through Turtle Rock because you have to get your Thieves Town big to get the flippers out of the cell in Thieves. So it's not like you can do Swamp really that early.
Yeah, I'm trying to think though. Like even if I skipped, let's pretend I did Mushroom. Even if I skip Overworld and I choose Swamp over Ice, I still don't know that I'm getting that close to Trey's time. So I'm not trying to say like he shouldn't have that time or anything like that, but I just, from my perspective, trying to put the pieces together, I'm having difficulty just with the own decisions that I make, kind of piecing together that route. I'm interested to watch his VOD and see what decisions he made.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. In invert, it's kind of a wash for me anyways. I can't, like open seeds, I can kind of usually see like how someone can get a good time, but with inverted, I just kind of flounder around until I find progression. I can't say I'm really good at this mode.
I think there's something to be said for you can get to pod fairly early, get your Bombus medallion, and think, maybe TR, and like the boots are in front of TR. That gives you some early speed, and by that time you can also have, let's see, because you can get up the mountain. You can't. There's mirrors there. There's some potential there. Yeah,
I think you can end up clearing out the mountain pretty early, right? Like if you do just get that bombos, you go up there. You'll have hammer and bow as well. You go do Hera, that gets you the ice rod. Then you can just finish TR at like half an hour or something.
Yeah, and if you want to be real aggressive, you're also skipping Spike Cave and Hera Basement. And if you find shovel in Hera Basement, like you probably beeline that check. Like you don't leave that hanging.
No, not really. You want to see if that was worth it. Yeah.
But no, I felt like my first two qualifiers were really good. I felt like my second two qualifiers have been not so good. This is my first qualifier with the score under a 90, according to Cinex's sheet. So hopefully I can bring it home with the last one. I don't know. I have a small amount of anxiety with this tournament just because you can't see how you compare to everybody. So I don't know if I'm like looking at a first quartile, second quartile, or what I'm looking at.
Which mode do you have left?
I'm doing the last live qualifier tomorrow, which is the FAD keys.
Nice.
So I've done all live qualifiers so far, and I've enjoyed it. But
Cool.
it is kind of a bummer that the last qualifier is tomorrow, which also happens to be the last day of qualifiers altogether.
Yeah,
so
you can't use your do-over on it.
Yeah, if tomorrow's like catastrophically bad, you have to shake it off real quick and get that async in.
Roll a new seed at 5 to midnight.
Yeah, basically. As long as you start it before 11:59 p.m. Eastern, you can finish the run. Just make sure to start it before stroke of midnight. That's all.
Right. Well, yeah. Thanks for joining us here, and thanks for racing for us today. It was an entertaining one to watch.
Yeah. GG's again, Malcentos. Hopefully I said that right.
Yeah, give these two runners a follow if you like what you've seen. They're both making a good run towards trying to qualify for main tournament. Like they're both strong enough they can definitely make it in, and then we'll most likely see them in groups, and we can see how well they do from there. Thank you again to my co-commentator Rob J. Beasley. It has been a blast being in the booth with you, and thank you as well to our tracker Demon's Druid for doing a great job of keeping things accurate on screen for us today. We can take a look at the SpeedGaming schedule real quick and see if there's anything else interesting coming up today. Oh, the schedule is loaded. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's see. What time is it right now? Let's see. Right now on SpeedGaming 4, in just a little bit, we'll have the Super Metroid Rando League 2023 race coming up. And then later on, about a couple hours, we'll have Super Mario Brothers 3 Rando, more SM Rando League, more SM Rando League, more SM. If you like Super Metroid Rando League, there are 4 races on the schedule for that just in the rest of the day here. So go check those out, scattered across SpeedGaming Main 3 and 4. Yeah, I believe that's it for as far as a link to the past Rando for today. So yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all watching with us. Come back tomorrow for the next live qualifier. We will wrap things up, and then we'll have, I think, a week off, and then we'll get into groups and see how this tournament continues from there. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves, and we'll hope to see you back here soon for the next one. See you later.
Bye, old.